All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you so much for saying yes to you and saying yes to me. I love, love, love feeling the energy. I sometimes I can talk into an empty camera and everything comes out okay. But when I know that there is somebody actually receiving it on the other end, it lights my soul on fire. So thank you so much for being here. Um, and you guys, I'm so excited about what I have to share with you. Um, this has revolutionized my life, how I see myself, how I own my power, and how I move through the world. So I'm super excited to have you guys here. Okay, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. So, one, I cannot do two things at once. I cannot talk to you and read the chat. I am so envious of people who can do that, and I cannot do that. So, if you have a question, I want you to ask your question. Just ask the question with context so that when I go back at the end, I will come back and answer those questions either on a different video, or I will send you a message personally, or in some way I will answer your question, but I will not do it here. However, the second hour of Friday, we do have live Q&A. So if I don't answer it between now and then, I will take all the questions and I will answer them on the live Q&A, as well as allow you guys to ask questions live. And we will just go till we get everything finished. All right, let's see. Live Q&A on Friday. Okay. I want to start with telling you guys a little bit about why I'm here, why I teach this, why I'm so excited. So lots of years ago, I won't tell you how many, but a lot of years ago, I was living this ideal life. I was traveling the world. I was sleeping in five-star hotels. I was eating at five-star restaurants. I was mingling with lots of really cool people. Money came to me with ease. I had the house, I had the car, I had two beautiful, smart, amazing, funny children. And yet I was so empty and broken inside. Everything that I did was in pursuit of more. Like maybe this accomplishment will make me happy. Maybe this amount of money will bring me joy. Maybe if I buy this car, then I will know that I'm okay. Right? And none of it satisfied. And then probably 20 years ago, I had this coming to Jesus moment where take it for what it is, a spiritual awakening. I met Jesus face to face, however you perceive that. But I was radically changed. Everything in me was completely different. Everything I wanted, everything I thought about, everything I desired. I quit my corporate job. I came and I stayed home. I took my kids out of school. I was a homeschool mom. I did not school, you guys. I did not school. They not schooled for quite a while, 18 months, in fact. But I brought my kids home because I was crazy and they were crazy. And I brought my kids home and it was just me and God and my kids for 18 months. And I healed and I grew and it was amazing. And for me, the only place I knew to find joy and peace was at church. And so I dove into church, and I got a lot of answers and I got a lot of growth and I got a lot of peace until I didn't. And then there was no more answers. And I was like, what now? Right? Because I had found that peace and that joy and I didn't want it to end. And so I started just asking the question, like, okay, God, like if the church can't answer my questions anymore, I want you to answer my questions and I will go anywhere you want me to go. And I started digging into more ethereal type teachings like energy work and spiritual inner healing and manifestation. And I grew again, you guys. I grew and I grew and I grew. And I saw money starting to come to me, and I saw when money would come to me and when money wouldn't come to me. And I started teaching all these things, and then all of a sudden here I was again at that place where I'm like, wait, I thought I found the answer. And then there was no answer again. And so I found myself searching again, searching again. And I started realizing that there was this disconnect between what I knew in my head and what I was embodying in my heart. And I would say that I believed something, but it wasn't showing up in my life. There was not the physical results of what I thought I believed. And so the more I dug in and the more I sought the answer, things started to open up. As always with God, right? There is a law. It's called seek and you'll find. Ask and it's given. Guys, these are not suggestions. They're not what to do. This is how it works. And I started realizing, wait, this is how manifestation works as well. It's not just something that we do. It's not something we try to do to produce things in the physical. It is actually a law. And guys, this is what is so magnificent and magical and fantastic about this law, because we're not talking about just manifesting physical things, because you guys, we all know if you are on this call, you know. If you are on this call, you've been on this journey for a while. If you are on this call, you know that there is something more. If you are on this call, you are ready to really own your power. And when we realize it's not just about the physical, it's not just about the results, it's also about how do I feel in my soul, right? I can manifest this big business, I can manifest the money, I can manifest the house, I can do all these things. But if my soul is empty, is it worth it? And I would say no. And what is so cool about what I've learned over the last 20 years and what now I get to embody more and more every day is that we get to have it all. When we understand the law of how nature works, spiritual nature and physical nature, when we understand that it is a law, now we get to take that and we get to go with it and we get to have it all. We get to have the inner, we get to have the outer, we get to have it all. And so today we are going to walk through the law of manifestation. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about how we think a law is or works or what it is, right? So, we think a speed limit, 35 miles an hour is a law. Can you go faster or slower than 35 miles an hour? Yes, you can. So guess what? It's not a law, it's a suggestion. Okay? If any of you, regardless of what you look like, regardless of how much you weigh, regardless of what your age is, regardless of how you carry yourself in the world as far as a profession, regardless of any of those things, if any of you jumped off of the roof of a house, would all of you fall to the ground? That, my friends, is a law. It always is happening. It's always happening. It's always happening, right? And so when we realize that manifestation is always happening, it's just, are we aware that it's happening? Are we owning that we are in control of it happening? And this is what we're going to talk about today, the 4 stages of manifestation, okay? But what I want you to do first, and hopefully for those of you in your car, maybe you have a piece of paper and a pen, because I am going to give you a little bit of an assignment. So go grab a paper and a pen if you don't have one. And if you're in your car, it is a little bit different to type into your phone, but for sake of at least doing the exercise, we'll do it. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to set a timer for 7 minutes. And I want you to write out, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want to create in 2025? What do you see yourself doing by the end of this year? What do you want? What have you always wanted that you haven't manifested? What do you want? And I'm going to give you 7 minutes to do that. And go.